Good evening, race fans, and welcome along to the final round. 12 unbelievable weeks of racing come to their conclusion this evening. And what a course we have got for you for round number 12 of the Case King Pro Series. They're going to need to be pro tonight. As I say, 12 weeks of racing we have had so far. We have already had our incredible winner crowned. He is making an appearance once again though this evening. He really is absolutely dedicated and a more than worthy champion. My name is John Wright. I'll be taking us through all of the action this evening. It will be, as we've seen, from Bathurst. Oh yes, it is of course the Case King Pro Series. I want to say a very special thank you as well to the sponsors of the series, caseking.de. Their unbelievably generous support and provision of unbelievably outstanding prizes make this event even more extraordinary. Caseking.de represents quality, innovation and passion, values that align with the series. It is very safe to say. We've had Watkins Glen, the Nürburgring, we've had the Porsches around Kyalami, that was a race and a half. We've had Watkins Glen, as I mentioned, Suzuka, Imola, Misano, Silverstone, and of course Valencia. And last time out, Paul Ricard, but tonight it is the mountain that bites back, Mount Panorama, and the race will be in the evening, just to make it that little bit more interesting. That's not the button we want. There we go. As you can see, it's working again. There we are. It is Bathurst for the final round. The drivers this evening competing for those incredible prizes that I talked about at the start. €2,500 for P1, 1,500 for P2 and €1,000 for P3. P1 is of course already done and dusted. The absolute wizard behind the wheel. There we go. That is Amedeo Castorino. He has been absolutely flawless this year, this season. An absolutely incredible drive. Multi-time winner over the season and an incredibly worthy champion. I'm assuming we're going to get him in the commentary box this evening for a quick chat. He's likely to feature on the podium once again, given the times that he's setting in qualifying right now. He is going to be hard to stop this evening. Sam Gaskell in second with Philip Minar currently in third. Eric Delfant in fourth and Grantas Carreras in fifth position. Of course, 4 drop rounds to be applied, so a lot of these positions could change depending on results this evening. Carreras, 3 races he didn't start in, so those obviously 3 of his drop round. Delfant's got 2 no starts on his record as well, but still in the top 5. Shea Sullivan in 6th with Aidan Walsingham making his way up to 7th. Campagnella and Wasner inside the top 10. So it's Michael Frey in 10th position with 8,000 points. He's 2,900 off the leader. Castorino really is an absolute force to be reckoned with. The drivers are going to be out in qualifying very, very shortly indeed. There we go. Let me just make sure. Sorry, make sure the music wasn't too loud. But it is round number 12. Who do we fancy for the win? Anyone got any favourites in the chat? Chris TV with the live timing as well. Make sure you jump on board there. ACC Drive, an invaluable piece of kit for teams, commentators, and a bit handy for viewers as well. So jump on there. Big thanks to Gaz as well for the follow here at LFM. Gaz7Gaz, there we go. Make sure you jump on board the LFM website and of course the Discord as well. Get yourself signed up. An absolute multitude of racing on offer for sim racing fans of all ilks. So get signed up. Over 300,000 drivers on there, so you're absolutely going to find your level to drive it. So make sure you jump on board there. We've got 2-minute timer. Good full grid for tonight as well. 23 at the minute actually. It was up a bit beyond that. Some solid names: Castorino, Gaskell, Delvant. We've got Iverson, we've got Boothby, Brenham's Racing, Minar is in. And there we go. That's an absolute mad dash for the pits. I wish I'd caught that there. In fact, I wonder if I can rewind that. Let me just see if I can show you just how keen they all are to get out on track. Let's go straight to a replay and watch everyone. Sorry, I didn't switch to the replay scene there. It seemed a bit quick, but yeah, there we go. That is the dedication to finding clear air and being first out on track, and you can tell we'll call it the Jixer move. Castorino, as you can see there, was in pit box number 1, first one in the server. Just everything he does is all about the winning. It's going to be a tough night at the office for him tonight though, not just because of the rest of the field, but where the field will be racing. Did I mention it was Bathurst? An absolutely incredible track. It's only ever seen one change in its existence, of course. The chase chicane added to stop cars getting airborne and landing in the hotel grounds between the chase and Murray's Corner. That was 1986 that took place. But yeah, the current track, 3.8 miles long, 6.2 kilometres for those more educated than myself, and a whole lot of elevation for the drivers to deal with. Not only that, tonight is a slight departure from the norm. It is a 90-minute race we've got this evening, with that one mandatory stop as well. Once again, we can see an absolutely incredible difference in the manufacturers. Is that running? Yes, it is. But as again, the Fords, Team 255, they're all out in the Mustangs, of course. A couple of Hondas in there. We've got the Nissan out as well. It's great to see the Nissan making a comeback. And of course, Sasha Wasner out in the Bentley. A whole lot of yellow flags appearing. That's the drivers, of course, queuing up at the last corner. And yeah, it's going to be an unbelievably tricky one for qualifying as well. You need to absolutely nail your lap. Because if you do make a mistake, you really are going to be behind the 8 ball trying to get back out, get another warm-up lap in, even a 15-minute qualifying session. And as you can see on the track map, there is not much in the way of space. It is more than safe to say. So the drivers will be right on top of one another. I think we might change the lighting slightly, just so we can get a better look at some of these liveries, but certainly that's what the drivers are effectively dealing with at the moment. The headlights certainly lighting it up. It's going to make it fun actually, the shadows coming off them into turn number 1, aptly named of course Hell's Corner. We're on the Conrod Straight. This is where we are going to see all, or the vast majority at least, of the overtaking. Getting it done over the mountain is going to rely on someone else making a mistake. Along here is all about that invaluable slipstream. Ooh, and we've got a car down. Tobias Haig has found himself facing the wrong way at the top of the mountain, and he's had to jump back to the pits to get a fresh set of tyres on. He's going to come out absolutely in the thick of things. Oh, or is he? Sorry, that's him exiting now. Here comes the first flying lap, and it is from our championship winner, and his second place is Sam Gaskell. Instantly takes his top spot with a 58.5. Castorino with a 58.5 as well. Then it is Kaleshnikov with a no, it's not, because Shale Sullivan's just done a 58.5 as well. It's going to be close. Kalashnikov and Minar both 58.6. Delfant with a 58.7. Then it's Brenham with a 59.3 off. Boothby currently in 9th, 59.2. Yeah, absolutely not much space out on track. Honzig's set of time as well. He is currently in 11th with a 59.4. Van Rossum. Oh, we've had more changes. Castorino is purple. Boothby is definitely going quicker. 18 times in. There's Philip Richter setting the time, 2 minute 1.7. Don't feel that's fully representative of the pace he's got. I expect that to tumble. Haig just having to pop himself out of the way. As the rest of the cars on a flying lap. Of course, he is on that out lap. Oh, I tell you what, Castorino is... Wow. Castorino's going very quickly. He's actually lost a couple of tenths coming out of Forest Elbow. And I do maintain Forest Elbow and Hell's Corner should swap names. Just purely because Forest Elbow is absolute hell. If you get that one wrong in the slightest, it really does absolutely destroy your lap because of the corner straight afterwards. Here we go, under the tunnel though, down in under the bridge into Murray's Corner. Castorino looking to go quicker than his time in practice, which was already impressive. And it's a 1 minute 58.382. The quickest time in practice was a 58.4. So he has improved on that. Eric Delfant, I tell you what, he's about to improve on it as well. He is in the Honda. That thing does absolutely mighty things in a straight line. He's got the slip. Oh, and he's not quite done it. 1 minute 58.452 because O'Sullivan has gone and done a 58.4 as well. That now puts Gaskell with a 58.4 in 4th place. 3 drivers on 58.4. Castorino 58.382. Sasha Wassner with a very respectable 59.1 finds himself in 11th place. We've got 22 times in. Richter has gone a bit quicker, so too... who was the other driver? Is it Voigt? But yeah, all the drivers under 2 minutes and 1. Haug just heading up the hill. Shea O'Sullivan showing some absolute lightning pace over the top of the mountain. The Nissan's doing well again against the Fords. We've got 2 yellow flags and someone jumping back into the pit as well. It's all happening. 7 minutes still to go for round number 12. 15 degree track temperature as well, so they're going to be getting a fair bit of graining over the mountain. And a 5 km/h wind as well. There's another car pulling over Kaleshnikov from 5th. Boothby still in 8th place, 1 minute 58.9. Everson just ahead of him on a 58.8. Then it is Minar and Kaleshnikov. Oh no, there we go, Castorino. Oh, Boothby's just gone quicker. Just as I say that, Boothby joins the 58.4 club. Oh, Castorino's gone quicker as well. I didn't see that on the screen. Apologies. He's just on a 58.2. Absolutely mind blowing. And Shea O'Sullivan is just on a 58.3. It's pretty ridiculous. Certainly not the best. Again, I think we'll put a little filter on during the race so we can actually see some of these liveries. A lot going on in the chat. There is joint chat as well, so you will be seeing chatting in German and English. Good evening to everyone that is in on the English broadcast. Hope you are all enjoying on the multitude of channels that we're streaming on here for LFM. Absolute pinnacle of ACC. Oh, Daniel Wilhelms just with a yellow flag there. He's done a 59. Oh, Honzig now in 15th place with a 59.4. Ridiculous. 59.2 is only good enough for 12th place. Richter. Oh, Tobias Haug did get a time set, 2 minute 0.3. So at the minute, 2 seconds off the quali time of champion-elect Amadeo Castorino. He's got a 58.2 under his belt at the moment. And that is good enough for Paul. Shea O'Sullivan with a 58.3. Then it is Delfant. I keep repeating these times over and over ad nauseum, but they are ridiculously quick and close. Delfant, Boothby and Gaskell all on 58.4s, and in fact there's only 3 thousandths between Gaskell and Boothby, the teammates. Okay, this is going to be some battle into turn 1 and 2. I mean, turn 1 is definitely a difficult one, but Quarry Bend here is going to be even more interesting after the drivers get a lot of slipstream along that first straight. He's going to be bravest on the brakes. Gaskell has done well in the season, of course, 2nd place, and it looks like that one is in the bag as well, actually, now that I'm just quickly looking at the standings again. Yes, in fact, my apologies, Sam. He is definitely 2nd place. He can't score enough points tonight to catch Castorino, but yeah, he is enough points ahead of Minar, even with the drop round to come. So yeah, Sam Gaskell is going to be, or is, 2nd place in the Case King Pro Series. So yeah, congratulations to him. It took me a second to catch on to that. And Philip Minar is 3rd. So yeah, looks like the whole top 3 has been decided. Pranav, how we doing? Always love seeing Double O Raven in the comms box. Good evening. Cheering on Shale Sullivan and Lawrence Everson tonight. Looking forward to an exciting race as always. Indeed. And yeah, quite the drivers to be cheering on. Shale Sullivan is just absolutely incredible. I think I saw one of these first ever races, and I mean a 58.3, and it's only good enough for 2nd. It just shows you how good the rest of the field is. But yes, good evening Pranav, welcome in. Yeah, this should be an absolute cracker. Castorino looking to go quicker again. Oh no, he's carrying some time across line, didn't quite go quicker, but he must have got an absolute flyer of an exit out of Murray's corner. So his delta is purple at the minute with 3 minutes to go, but a long way to go in the lap obviously to bring that one home. We've got Brenham, who is green, currently in 11th place. A 10th of a second would see jump 2 positions up. Okay, looks like that is a schedule that we've just had popped up there. Some multi-class season. Yep, even more reason to go over to the LFM website, get signed up and get involved. All your racing needs taken care of. Castorino is still quick. Gaskell is going quicker as well. He's 3 thousandths behind his teammate and 4 thousandths behind Delfant. He needs about a 10th and a half to catch O'Sullivan. Philip Minar as well. 3rd in the championship, and he is descending the mountain. He has got the biggest improvement in time out of anyone in the top 10 at the minute. He is certainly looking to join the 58.4 club. So Gaskell has improved, there we go, that's why that was all jumping about. Gaskell has improved, he's done a 58.4 again, but it's a 1-0, which does put him ahead of Delfant and Boothby, although Philip Minar has just jumped himself up into the front 2 rows. He's joined the 59.3 club, 100 behind Kalashnikov, who has joined the, he is the founding member of the 58.3 club. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, these times are absolutely frying my brain at the minute. Shale Sullivan was the founder of the 58.3 club. He's done a 58.2. Kalashnikov 58.3. Delfant does a quicker 58.3 than Kalashnikov. And that's him done with qualifying. We've also got Dink Donk, Fair enough. 13th position with a 1 minute 59.2. Castorino is going quicker. He is through Silman Park. I mean, that braking zone is incredible at this time of night. Oh, and he's bounced on the wall a little bit there. He's still a 10th up though. Is he about to do a 58.1? It certainly looks on the cards. And Gaskell Andrew, would I be right in thinking you are a relative of Sam? Actually, yeah, I believe you've been in before. Got to watch these races at all costs, even if it's an ungodly time in India. Yeah, that is absolute dedication to the sim racing. Oh, that's dedication to the limited grip on these tyres, that's for sure. Through the chase he goes. He is on for a 58.1. Round the last corner, still purple, crosses the line, 58.195 for Castorino. Just another day at the office. Champion Castorino doing champion things. Shea Sullivan peels into the pits. Most of the drivers, making their way in. We've still got Rakhmetov, who is in the top 10 at the minute. Honzig is down on his time coming through the final chicane, so I think he's going to peel into the pits as well. Doesn't look like we've got many drivers up on their times. Ah, nice. Very nice. And a very proud father of that, I would imagine. Now here comes Dustin Herpelt. He is still out, but he is not going quicker, so I don't think he's going to improve. Still 59.4. Not too bad at all. Let me just... So yeah, that is qualifying done and dusted. Let's try and do this a bit neater this week. Here we go. We'll get the full results up for that in a second, but as we've seen, Amadeo Castorino, champion... very much doing champion things. That screen's frozen. But it will be Castorino first. Shea Sullivan joining him on the front row with a 1 minute 58.2. Only good enough for second place. Delfant and Kalashnikov on the second row with Minar, Gaskell and Boothby. The 255 teammates 5th, 6th and 7th. Everson's 8th, Brenham 9th and Rakhmetov in 10th place. I have often been quoted as saying qualifying is vanity and finishing position is sanity, but certainly around this track, qualifying definitely goes a long way to a good race result. Safe to say, limited number of overtaking options out on the track. The main protagonist in that will, of course, be the Conrod Straight and the braking zone for the chase as well. We'll see how many Postman Pat-esque sends we get. Never been called a Giga Chad. Hoping it's a complimentary. I believe it is. I absolutely believe it is, yes. Pranav saying good evening to Eric as well. Good evening to Eric. Oh, there we go. Thor Eric. I really am not switched on tonight, apparently. But Thor Eric, welcome in as well. Hope you're looking forward to tonight's action, which will be considerable. Nope, that is still from last time out. I think actually, no, can't get the end game. Can't get the end game board up at the moment either. But we are here for round number 12 of the CaseKing.de Pro Series. We've had Spa, Nürburgring, Kyalami, Watkins Glen, Suzuka, Imola, Mazzano, Silverstone, Zandvoort, Valencia, Paul Ricard. And we're finishing off with Bathurst. 4 drop rounds. So the best 8 rounds will decide the finishing positions. The top 3 safely in the bag with a round to spare. Not too shabby for Castorino, Gaskell and Mina. They will of course be taking home, sharing that €5,000 prize pool. 1,000 for Mina, 1,500 for Gaskell, €2,500 for Amedeo Castorino. Not too bad. For 12 weeks work, he is definitely deserving, more than deserving winner though, it's safe to say. He has had an absolutely incredible season. We've got a minute left to go. Big shout out again to the main sponsor, CaseKing.de. Their generous support and provision of outstanding prizes make the event even more extraordinary. The CaseKing.de represents quality, innovation and passion, values fully in line with the series being run by LFM. And yeah, looking very much forward to seeing what happens over the next 90 minutes in the dark, which reminds me, so if anyone does mind, I can change it back, but what I've provisionally done is changed the lighting ever so slightly, so we will have full visibility of everything that's going on. The drivers are taking to the grid, so we should be good to go. There we go, Amedeo Castorino. Incredible record at LFM and incredible record in this series, starting in first place once again. Shale Sullivan in second position, with Eric Delfant in the Honda starting in third place. He'll be on row 2 with Kalashnikov. Another Nissan in the top 4. He'll be ahead of Philip Minar, third place, but more importantly for him, I'm sure, leading the way out of the 255 team. Sam Gaskell starting alongside him on row number 3. Ahead of third in a row, it's George Boothby, the 255 team. Good qualifying, and yeah, Minar will definitely be the happier. Inter-team bragging rights, that's for sure. There is Everson starting in 8th place. Pranav with 2 drivers in the top 10. Happy days. There is Brenham. He's going to start in 9th place. He is going to be on row number 5 with Rakhmetov. Lots of Fords featuring up in the top 10. They are going to be ahead of Jaroslav Honzig, made it almost into the top 10, 11th position, but he's going to start on row number 6 with Sasha Wassner. That is going to be another almighty battle into turn 1. We'll see what the Bentley can do off the start line. Dink Donk in the Aston Martin. Good record at LFM, and qualifying in 13th place. He's on row number 7 with Sebastian Kron. Let's go the Ferraris. I'm definitely not biased. We've got Lindblom starting in 15th position. Another solid outing for the driver in the Nissan. And it's Dustin Herpel starting in 16th position. Some incredible times from these drivers as well, to be as far down the grid as they are. Pascal Giroux, another Aston Martin driving, home of Sim Racing Esports, starting in 17th. Then it is... Oh, we seem to have... My apologies, there we go, we're on to Benjamin Voigt. We did miss Daniel Wilhelms there. Moving slightly quickly. Van Rossum in the Ferrari in 20th. He's going to be ahead of Tobias Haug, qualifying in 21st position in the BMW. And then it will be Hageman in the BMW as well, 22nd position, and it's going to be Philip Richter bringing up the rear of the field, another BMW, 23rd position. But it is all going to be about this start. The drivers at the minute just making their way on to the Conrod Straight. As a very famous film character once said, I do love these calm little moments before the storm. We could still see some rain tonight as well. It is set to variable weather conditions, to say the least. And there is double cloud cover here at night. It's 11:35 PM. we've managed to artificially put the floodlights on so that we can see what's going on. It's much darker out there for the drivers. Thank you very much, Mr. Dipping Gamer, with the subscription. Welcome in and thank you very much for the Prime sub here at LFM. The Eric Lawrence and Shea Fan Club, let's go. Absolutely. No secret, I'm a big fan of Shea as well. Mentioned it once or twice. Yeah, absolutely mixing it up at the top of the field. 2 Nissans, a Honda, a Nissan and a Ford making up the top 5. It's just, thank you LFM for fixing the bop on this game. It was, yeah, it used to be a Bentley parade, then a McLaren parade, then a bit of a Ferrari parade. Now, it's a phenomenal driver parade. Here we go. Round number 12, 90 minutes over the mountain, 1 mandatory stop and 1 champion up at the front. There is the green lights, it's foot down, it's flat out and it is flying into turn number 1, especially for Shea O'Sullivan on the outside, almost gets the run on Castorino. Oh, Kalashnikov and Delfant going for a bit of side-by-side action. Wilhelms, he is watching some battle going on. We've got a couple of drivers just touching the grass here. Van Rossen down the field, going side by side. Castorino pulling his way along into Quarry Bend. Shea O'Sullivan pulling Kalashnikov with him. Delfant still in 4th place. Philip Minar in 5th position. Sorry, Delfant down. Yeah, Kalashnikov has taken that spot up into the cut and we go. One of the more difficult corners, especially on lap 1, with what will be exceptionally cold tyres and brakes. We've got Dustin Herpel has made a big move up the field as well. He's got himself up 3 positions to 13th, and it's Jaroslav Honzig, in fact, who has dropped down the order. We'll see if we can keep an eye and see if we have a replay of what Eldon would do. We'll catch that in a moment or two. We'll see how the lead pack get on down the mountain for the first time. All the elevation done, and back down we go. In fact, we'll get a good rear view mirror. Oh wow, that was a whole lot of steering on there. That's not what you need. Again, at 15 degrees, that is going to be a bit of graining on the tyres. Slight touch of the wall. Almost looked like a bounce. Here they all come out of Forest Elbow. All still incredibly close, as you would expect. A couple of drivers. Oh no, they're all absolutely still on top of one another. It's good to see Castorino leading the way. Shea O'Sullivan getting a good run along the Conrod Straight. But it isn't, in fact it is enough, sorry. I thought Kalashnikov was going to get close enough to try one on the exit there. Not quite though. Delfant still in that 4th position that he took. Let me, there we go. Screen wasn't quite centred. Out with the last corner on the first lap, it is Castorino leading the way. O'Sullivan in 2nd. Ooh, bit of a look there from Sam Gaskell on his teammate. Nothing doing there. The 3 Mustangs. That is quite the publicity shot for the team, it has to be said. I'm sure they'd rather be the lead 3, but it still looks pretty good. Gaskell in 6th with Boothby in 7th. It's Everson in 8th with Brenham in 9th position. And Rakhmetov holding on to 10th place. So not many movers or shakers at all. Sebastian Kron and Sasha Wassner both gaining position. Of course, that was at the expense of Jaroslav Honzig. Let's in fact jump to a replay and see what happened there. Ooh, so it's off the start line. There is Honzig, you can see on the right hand side, so he's got the inside line. The Bentley gets very close. Oh, and here comes the Aston Martin. Slight concertina effect on the way out. Oh, the Mustang got kicked off the curbs and Honzig got kicked onto the grass where there was cars 3 wide. The car behind doing a good job to lift to ensure no contact was made, but that very easily could have been a run into the wall. Oh, Wilhelms, our first faller. Oh, and he's absolutely sideways down through the S's. That is not what you need. Let's have a look at the replay on that. I must apologise, I've recently lost one of my screens, so things are a bit closer than usual. Let me just grab this and we'll see what's happened to Wilhelms. We've lost 2 have we lost 2 drivers? No, we've not, sorry. Again, screen size partly impaired there. Ooh, so there was almost contact on the way into the S's. Yeah, and then just a bit of magnetism between the two cars, and it kicked out as well. The back of the car absolutely kicking out. That could have been quite the end for quite a few drivers. Let's see, fastest laps being set. It's Amedeo Castorino already on qualifying pace, and quite frankly leaving the rest of the field in his wake. The rest of the field being led by Shea O'Sullivan, a much different rear wing, although I tell you, he's actually got a bit of a breakaway. It's Delphante could find himself in trouble, and the cameraman might find himself in trouble if he can't keep up into Quarry Bend. As Delphante, he threatened to take pole position, now finds himself through the cutting, cutting his way back through the field. He's taken back third position. Kalashnikov and the Nissan back in the fourth. How close do these drivers get to these walls? It really does take the breath away. Minar still in 5th place, leading team 255, McGaskill in 6th, Boothby in 7th. It's Everson running in 8th place. The top 10 exactly as they were at the start of the race. It shows you just how difficult it is to get overtakes done. We've actually got Daniel Wilhelms in the pit, recovering from that, so he's gone back to the pits. Oh, Kalashnikov with the yellow flag. Oh no, and there we go. Absolute kudos for holding his brakes. I know that seems strange, but you'd be amazed at how many people don't, but that is the absolute agony of making a mistake here. You've got to hold your brakes. The last thing you want to do is ruin someone else's race, and I believe... Oh, I think Sam Gaskell might have been caught up in this as well. There's Kalashnikov, please, helicam. Oh, he's just got a bit late on the brakes. The car's bounced. He's come off the Honda. He's jammed on the brakes to try and avoid any more contact. Oh, and he has caught another car inadvertently there while stationary. So that is one of the other cars further down the field, taking a bit of a clog, but Kalashnikov tumbles down the order. Oh, Rakhmetov looking very close to Brenham's involved in this one as well, actually. Absolutely not out with the hunt is Brenham. You can see those Ferrari headlights absolutely glaring in his rear view mirror as the two drivers ahead go side by side. You'll love to see it from his point of view. It's Sasha Wasner in the Bentley that could find himself under serious pressure into Quarry Bend, although that Nissan, what a getaway that thing gets. I mean, this is against a Mustang that Brenham, the BMW, sorry, Brenham's in a BMW. How could I not tell from the engine though? Oh, and I tell you what, it's the Bentley that could be looking. It's always the third car in the training. In fact, while that's going on, I've been completely oblivious to the attempted overtake that was going on in the rear view mirror. Hopefully we're all able to keep up with that one. Rakhmetov just with a bit of a yellow flag. Sam Gaskell still applying pressure to his teammate. He's got second place in the bag in the championship, but what he doesn't have is inter-team bragging rights after this evening's race. They are in the hands of Philip Minard, jump both back, Gaskell and Boothby. Oh, look at the sparks fly towards the end of qualifying. And it is Minard that's leading the way, Castorino. You know what, we're going to change that phrase. We say champions doing champion things. From now on, it's Castorino doing Castorino things. He has got what can only be described as a gargantuan gap over the rest of the field, considering how close it was in qualifying. Castorino already putting on an absolute masterclass in pace and consistency. So too, though, is Shea O'Sullivan. He was so, I mean, a 1 minute 58.2. It's only good enough for second place. Ridiculous. But he is managing to hold his own more than enough against Delphante. Delphante looking to come back. He did lose a position to Kalashnikov, got it back again. Kalashnikov almost climbed into the back seat of the Honda and ended up in the wall. And he is now in the pit getting that thing repaired. He's got good pace. This is Bathurst. What can happen to one driver can happen to anyone. And that's not cursing the commentator or wishing ill on anyone. It's Spa. It's Spa. It's Bathurst. It's 90 minutes. It is Thanos. Absolutely inevitable. Sam Gaskell still trying to get past Philip Mina. Sasha Wasner in the Bentley looked for another good run into Quarry Bend. Not able to find a move there, but Jaroslav Honzik is. Oh no, and he's just gone past Dink Donk again. The two of them swapped positions along the mountain straight. But in the quarry bend it was Dink Donk got it redone. Honzig though has made back a couple of positions so far, back up to 14th place. Kalashnikov down 19. Daniel Wilhelms, good to see, back out on track. That's put Hageman up to 21st place. Philip Richter into 20th position. He's made 3 places on the start, so couldn't get it done in qualifying. Certainly in the race he's keeping it together. Tobias Haig in 19th. He's behind Van Rossum, who's much like Haig, made up 2 places so far. Girard in 17th place, has made an overtake himself. Benjamin Voigt in 16th position, up 3 places on the start. Jaroslav Honzig, in fact, has just lost the position again. The Honda absolutely ping-ponging through this midfield. Started in 11th place as well, and he is now absolutely entrenched in a battle. Lindblom and Dink Donk, the drivers ahead of him, with Sebastian Kron in 12th place. Dustin Herpel in 11. Then is the top 10. Brenham's down the spot. He did lose out. Oh, is he going to come straight back? And let's see what he can do into the final corner. He has dropped a position to Wassner. The Bentley's got a very good run there, so it is Wassner up to 9th place. As soon as you go to do a rundown, they all overtake one another. Rakhmatov's made up 2 spots as well. So while Wassner and Brenham were battling, Rakhmatov has snuck in and done exactly what the third driver in a train of 3 does. Takes 2 positions. Everson up a spot as well, thanks to Kalashnikov tumbling out. Boothby 6th position now for him, 3rd for the 255 team with Gaskell, and 5th in Minar, ahead of both of them in 4th place. How evenly matched are these 3? And with the positions all decided as well, like I say, these 2, it's already decided. Oh, car 20 with a 20-second penalty. It's already decided in the championship, so there's absolutely no chance. I mean, even if there was, I don't think there's much chance of Sam persuading Philip to let him pass, is there? I mean, if 2nd place was on the line, but it is Philip in 3rd. So they are going to battle it absolutely out right to the end. See if the pit strategies help any of them. The top 3, as they were at the start of the race. Delphant in the Honda in 2nd, and it is Shea O'Sullivan in 2nd place. He was fending off Delphant at the start. Delphant got himself caught up in that battle with Kalashnikov. O'Sullivan made a bit of a breakaway, but it's safe to say that Delphant is definitely catching up, and given the pace of the Honda in a straight line, I think he's going to get a little bit closer. Or he's going to be a little bit closer into the braking zone for the chase. You were expecting Nissan to be that bit better on the brakes, but the Honda, look at the control he's got. I don't know why I'm surprised. These drivers are here at the top of this field for a very good reason. Into Murray's corner, he is really saying hello. And then you can see the 3 255 drivers in absolute perfect unison coming round at the last corner. Shea O'Sullivan is... yeah, there we go. Then you can see Castorino ahead of him, and Delphant very much behind him. We'll see what he can do along the mountain straight. Can he get close enough to try and move into Quarry Bend, or is he going to have to cool his jets over the mountain? There is the Honda doing Honda things in a straight line. They are a bit close to the braking zone though, so he's not going to get a chance to make a move. Brenham down a position. Van Rossum is in the pits. We do have the 1 mandatory stop. Some of these drivers that might hopefully it still registers during the pit window, but Van Rossum is in the pits. That is not a factory fresh looking machine, shall we say. That has taken an absolute... still is the replay screen. I'm too excited, my apologies. Good thing I was running down the order. Thank you very much for that, Pranav. I need to pay attention to the stream and chat. What does it say? You should never complain or explain, but I have recently reduced from 3 to 2 screens. And yeah, it turns out it's amazing just how much I relied on that 3rd screen to keep an eye on everything. But I will have a 3rd screen again soon, so it's all good. Very much first world problems, I believe you would call it. Much like the problem that Delphant has at the moment. Over the mountain is the Nissan absolutely getting the job done, and on the Conrod straight is the Honda getting close all the way. Slightly bigger gap an extra few feet between the two of them this time around. No extra space between the 3255 drivers. Sam Gaskell getting a phenomenal view of both of the cars that his teammates are driving, the front of one and the back of another, although Boothby almost with a bit of a slide out with the last corner there. He's that was second down. That's the biggest gap we've seen between the three of them. Castorino 59.0. Oh no, so it wasn't on quality pace. 59.0. He needs to get into the 58s to get back to quality pace. Let's see what's going on with Brenham. The Bentley doesn't have a good rear view mirror. Oh, and they're side by side. Everson looking for a position, is that? I believe it is. Against Rakhmatov. Sorry, Rakhmatov trying to take a spot from Everson, who's done well to hold on. I tell you what, that really is keeping this group nice, certainly nice and close from our point of view. I'm sure the drivers would like a little more breathing room. Although you do imagine quite a few of them absolutely relish these side-by-side battles. Oh, drive-through for Benjamin Voigt. Picking up a drive-through. Also saw, Timur Rakhmatov picked up a penalty as well, so he really does need to get himself ahead of Everson and start making some time on them with the time penalty to serve during his mandatory pit stop. Right, Van Rossum's tick has disappeared for his pit. I don't believe that's accurate, though. The pit window will be halfway through the race. On at the Conrod straight, Everson still leading the train, with Rakhmatov looking very quick over the mountain as well. Nicely positioned in the slipstream, so too is Sasha Wasner in the Bentley, and that thing is no slouch in a straight line either. And the two drivers ahead are going to go side by side. Rakhmatov, he's got his nose in front. Wow, he's absolutely slingshotted. Straight past his fellow Mustang driver, and that's what brought the Bentley right under his rear spoiler as well. Everson could find himself down another spot very soon here. The Bentley driver, Sasha Wasner, already got the taste of overtake so far in the race. He is 3 positions up on where he started. Of course, Wilhelm's into the pits, and we are down a driver. Oh, and that's absolutely bouncing out of Hell's Corner onto the mountain straight. Kalashnikov has exited, so there must have been a lot of damage there. But Kalashnikov no longer in, and I tell you what, he's got this done, or has he? He's going to have the outside lines, so he's going to have a bit more grip on the way to Quarry Bend, looking for the cutback. But a bit too close to pull that one off, and it is Everson that does hang on to the spot for the moment. Amadeo Castorino 4.1 seconds ahead on lap 8. It's half a second a lap he's gaining on the rest of the field. That's just incredible pace when you, again, remind ourselves how close it was. He did a 58.1, O'Sullivan 58.2, Delphant Minar 58.3s. Just unbelievable pace and incredibly close. So what a drive by Castorino, absolute masterclass. Once again, let's see, Dink Donk in the Aston Martin. He is looking for more positions as himself. He's got Dustin Herpel just ahead of him. Herpel, no stranger to an overtake either. He's up 5 spots so far. So the Nissans might be the dominant force around here in 1 and 2, but the Mustangs are certainly no slouch up and over the mountain, that is for sure. He's just behind the slipstream, but he's got a great view of an overtake attempt. It looks like Wasner is going to try and get the job done. He's got the outside line coming in to the chase, so he's going to be inside through the chicane. He's got the nose in front. Everson looking for the instant reply with the cutback. Brenham right in the hunt here as well. He could easily see himself with a position on the outside line as Everson now in 9th. Full send up the inside of Money's Corner. He's got the car side by side. Oh, they've made a bit of contact. He's bounced back onto the track. He's almost collected Dink Donk. There would have been absolute miles and miles of jokes if Dink Donk had taken a bonk on the way out of the final corner. But he did not. Took some incredible avoiding action. It's Everson in 12th place. You should never laugh at your own joke, but that one has cracked a wry smile on my little fizzer. Let's see who is we are looking for. It's Everson. Oh, he's just been overtaken again as I'm busy looking at the telemetry. Let's go to replay, car number 12. So yeah, out of the chase chicane, incredibly close between them all. Iverson finds himself on the outside line now behind the Bentley, and the BMW sails right up the inside. He's got the front wheel to the back wheel. Oh, maybe didn't quite leave enough room on the exit there. That's just a very quick glance. We'll see, of course, what the stewards have to say. I've got the luxury of being very Swiss when contact's made on screen. We'll let the stewards, of course, make a decision on that. A couple of penalties handed out so far. We have had a drive-through as well. Of course, reminder, they do need to be served within 3 laps. Eric Delphant still unable to find his way past Shea O'Sullivan. Sam Gaskell still unable to find the way past his teammate Philip Minar. These could be battles for the absolute ages. Again, it's overtakes in the pit strategy. My mind is running absolutely wild with the number of options that the driver's going to have to run, despite it being such a short pit window. They'll all be grateful, of course, as well. No rain as yet. If anyone out there does want to do a bit of a rain dance just to spice things up, please do absolutely feel free. If any of the drivers ask, Double O Raven told you it was fine. Dustin Herpol with an incident, and that is a big one by the look of it. Let me jump to this and this. Oh, we've got another yellow flag for car number 6. So much going on. I did call it on the mountain that bites back earlier, and for very good reason. I think I also did mention that yellow flags are inevitable. Oh, and the Aston just a bit much on the curb. Couldn't. Oh, quite correct the steering, and that one absolutely took my breath away. Just bounced back off, and the Ferrari took a car full in the face there, and that is that uneven damage that you don't want. Full contact on one side of the car, it really will mess with the aerodynamics. I've said it before, these cars are made of fairy dust to hopes and dreams, and none of those things survive first contact with another car, or indeed any of the walls that you see here at Bathurst. Incredibly, these are, of course, public roads. Oh, and that's how easy it can go wrong. I did say there was an inevitability of crashes here at Bathurst. It just is Bathurst. It's one of the things that keeps us on the edge of the seat, and that has put Dustin Herpol on the edge of a trip into the pits as I furiously try. We're still on the replay screen anyway. Oh, he's just missed that there. Let's just have a quick look at that, and we'll get back on the live action once again. My exit in the cut, and he just looked a little bit unstable there. Too much contact with the curb, touches the wall, loses the back, and that is not nice in the slightest. And the Mustang is losing more positions, completely obliviously unaware of any of these shenanigans going on. Oh, Gaskell has passed Minar. Gaskell got past Minar, and we have missed it. Declared that a battle for the ages, and as soon as it did, the drivers decided to swap positions. Let's see if we can catch where and when it happened. Oh, now Minar must have made a mistake. We're on board with Gaskell. He at this point is in 5th position. Wow, he really got the run in the slipstream. Full commitment up the inside, so close between the two of them. That is absolute respect between the teammates. No quarter given the last, just enough room left by both of them, and that is a very, very, very nice overtake by Sam Gaskell. That is why he is second in the championship. But before but that thought process did interrupt this one. Castellino still doing Castellino things. 59.0 still the fastest lap. So while Gaskell is doing silver style things in 4th place, as Castellino still running amok up at the top of the field. We are 11 laps in, and he is over 5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. 4.8, sorry. diminishing slightly the efforts by O'Sullivan, who again, his efforts have been absolutely gargantuan as well. He is fended off Eric Delphant and is now opening up a gap. Delphant not enjoying the slipstream that he was a couple of laps ago, and yeah, the three drivers here are enjoying the slipstream. All three of them will be going quicker because of how close they are, so they are now going to start closing the gap on Eric Delphant. That is going to be an interesting proposition for Delphant, the three teammates breathing down his neck. We've got Herpel into the pits, unsurprisingly, repairing that damage. We are on board with Brenham, who's still battling away with Sasha Wassner. They are 9th and 8th respectively, and still running pretty close. Tobias Haig has had a very good race, up 6 positions so far. There is Everson back out of the pits, the driver I was looking for. He's down 8 spots after getting... Oh no, did he get damage repaired? No, he did not. No, so my apologies, he's not been in the pits. He is still running. Down 8. There's Herpel coming out of the pits. Dink Donk up 3. Jaroslav Honzeg has made some good progress as well. He's back up to 11th position. So that's 5 spots he's made up so far. For some reason that didn't record on there. But it should now. Honzeg, yeah, back up to 11th. Wassner, Rakhmetov, both 4 and 3 positions they've gained as well. Boothby and Gaskell gaining a spot, of course, after Kalashnikov dropped out of the race after a big contact with the wall, found himself facing the wrong way, and then took a Ferrari in the rear spoiler just to add insult to injury. We'll keep an eye on Brenham, I think, for the moment. That does seem to be about the closest. Someone in the German chat mentioning the Nissan. They are mighty around here. Gals TV, thank you very much for the follow. Andrew Raven, the best commentator in the game, thank you very much. Terrible compliments, but thank you, I appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying the race. Kylo Ren in the chat as well. Not enjoying the Ford? I believe that says, but I think that is in the German channel. But yeah, welcome in to everyone. We are only 27 minutes in. We've still got an hour and 3 minutes for the drivers to navigate the 4.8 miles of mountain that is the mighty Bathurst. Castorino is still leading the way. Team 255 having their own inter-team battle, and I'm absolutely here for it. Gaskell's got the overtake done on Minar, who's now in 5th. Boothby still just sitting that little bit back. Is he just biding his time? Does he know something we don't about the pit strategy? I imagine he knows a lot that we don't know about the pits. Although, if anyone is watching his stream as well, feel free to ask him what's happened. Castorino with a yellow flag. I do need to get smoother at that. But let's see what's happened here. He did lose a couple of tenths actually. So we'll see what both of these yellow flags are for. Coming along the mountain straight here, so into turn number 2. It did look like he touched the grass there. Quick stutter on the replay. Doesn't look like he's clipped. Oh, well, a slight bit. Okay. Looked like he was in the pits. Right, so I think that's actually just a minor connection issue there. And that's what's actually happened. So yeah, so that's a slight connection issue that he's had there. No white flag. He did lose a couple of tenths, but not to do with any contacts. Team 255 is still absolutely battling away, and the drivers now starting to spread themselves out a bit, as you would expect at Bathurst. We're 30 minutes in. We've got about 15 minutes, well, less than 15 minutes actually, until the pit window opens. And we'll see who comes in when. Boothby back to within 4/10 of Minar. Again, these are great publicity shots for the 255 team. Yeah, we are past the witching hour, 5 past midnight. If anyone is wondering, I realise the picture does look slightly washed out almost, but that is because we're racing so late. It is very dark over the mountain, so I've applied a little filter to the screen just so we can see the beautiful liveries and the overtakes just that little bit clearer. Much darker for the drivers out there. Everson now, 16th position. Everson finds himself in after a bit of contact with the wall and another car. There's a whole lot of damage. And there is Richter just absolutely sailing past. So Everson really is feeling the pace, doing his best. Bless me, that one come from no place. Doing his best to keep the car out there until the pit window opens, so he doesn't have to have 2 trips into the pits, which could of course be even more detrimental. The pit lane here a lot more forgiving certainly for time lost compared to many other tracks. It is such a long track and such a short pit lane. You don't want to spend too much time in there, but if you do, it is much quicker than quite a few of the courses out there. Brands Hatch, of course, one of the worst. Spa, surprisingly, in the lenient side as well. Sam Gaskell, Philip Minar and George Boothby still in that order for 255. Not closing in on Delphine actually. Delphine's closed back up on O'Sullivan. Yeah, I did think to myself, I not only thought it, I said it. I did think with those 3 cars being in the slipstream we'd be able to catch up to Delphine, but he is increasing the gap to them while reducing the gap to O'Sullivan. It's going to be an absolutely phenomenal podium battle right down to the end of the race. Yeah, O'Sullivan keeping it absolutely planted, much like the 255 team are behind. I mean, they're all teammates, they're all going to go for a move if it's there, but because they're teammates, you wouldn't imagine they're going to try anything too crazy. But it is absolutely synchronised driving from them at the moment. 22 drivers left in. We had Kalashnikov running up in the top 5 with a big incident. Had to hold these brakes and let the whole field pass, then come at the pits and repair. No longer in the race. Van Rossum then in 22nd place with Herpel. In the Mustang in 21st. Wilhelms running in 20th place. Down 3 on where he started, but he has been into the pits as well. Hageman up 3 positions ahead of the 3 drivers. The 3 drivers now behind him, all conceding positions to him, so a good start for him. Voigt up in 18th place, up a spot. Then is Everson again carrying that damage, down 9 spots at the moment, and is being closed in on by Voigt. Philip Richter, the most recent driver to overtake Everson, up 7 spots with Tobias Haig in 6th place. Sebastian Kron, where he started, 14th position. Not many drivers can say that after that start. Pascal Girard in 13th with Lindblom in 12th position. Then is Honzig, another one of the drivers running where he started, so he's made back 5 spots. So a decent start, or a decent comeback, sorry. It wasn't the best start for him, taking a bit of contact from a car being kicked off the curbs. There's Brenham in the pit, so that'll be another spot for him. Brenham serving a drive-through. So Lindblom now 11th, Honzig now in 10th. It's Dink Donk now at 4 spots in 9th place. Wassner in the Bentley in 8th place. Losing a bit of time to Rakhmetov, who is absolutely moving. Then it is Team 255, Boothby. There he is. Minar and Gaskell leading the way for the team after getting a solid overtake done into the chase by Philip Minar. Eric Delphant, he's got that Honda absolutely dialed in, and he is keeping Shea O'Sullivan as honest as the day is long at the minute. Both cleanly out of Forest Elbow. O'Sullivan, very good race so far, holding on to 2nd place. We'll see what happens through the pits as we see the Honda once again closing the gap but it's not going to be. But once again, it's not going to be enough to get the overtake done into the chase. He is going to get very close on the brakes, but it's going to be the Nissan that is going to say goodbye as soon as he puts the hammer down and into Murray's corner. He's going to have enough breathing space. Can he get something done into Quarry Bend to make the first change? Oh no, it wouldn't be the first change. My apologies, of course. Delphant did lose out temporarily to Kalashnikov, so we'll have already seen a change on the podium. Not in the top two though. All the tyre squeal there. The tyres will be on the graining side again because it is 15 degrees, but the temperature hasn't changed. The cloud has stayed static as well. Oh, and he's thinking about it. Actually, was he thinking about it? Probably not. He knew he was going to get very close, but too little, too late once again, and it will be O'Sullivan that will lead them over the mountain. Team 255 still having their battle royale with Boothby. That's his rear. He's bringing up the rear of the team at the moment. Equilibrious gaps between the three of them. Brenham's come out of the pits after that drive-through, finds himself now down in 14th position. It was Benjamin Voigt, of course, the other driver. And there is the pit window open. So we'll now see the drivers coming in. Herpel and Van Rossum will need to come back in. So too will Voigt and Brenham. Of course, Voigt and Brenham into the drive-throughs. But they have been in. But yeah, and Wilhelms hasn't taken a pit stop off. But yeah, Herpel and Van Rossum, they both need to come back in. It's only a 20-minute pit window, which will take us beyond the halfway mark of the race. So we'll see who does what. I don't imagine Castorino will be in too much of a rush to come in. I'd imagine he'll be going for a straight 50-50. If not potentially pitting towards the end of the pit window. Given the fact he's got a fair bit of space ahead of him. Not much space ahead of the Honda of Eric Delphant though. That is still a Shea O'Sullivan rear splitter in full view. Out of Hell's Corner on lap number 18 we go, and on to the mountain straight once again we go. The Honda is going to get very close again. It is almost deja vu. And imagine these laps, if you looked at them, the telemetry, just so many of them would be absolutely identical for both drivers. The gap's still sitting at 3/10. Everson and Voigt going side by side, and very quickly done. Benjamin Voigt goes past Everson. If I was a betting man, I'd probably put folding money on Everson coming into the excellent deduction, Mr. Commentator. How on earth did you guess that? Elementary, my dear Watson. Yeah, we were keen to get that damage repaired. He's done incredibly well to keep the car out there with that damage and survive until the pit window is open. We'll see what kind of pace and positions he can make in his second stint. I've jumped back on board with Eric Delphant. Let's get some rear spoiler cam for O'Sullivan just to change things up a bit. Here we go again along the Conrod Straight, the race leader just going through the timing gate for Sector 2. He is pulling into the braking zone now for the chase. 5.4 seconds he's got that gap up to. It was half a second a lap he was gaining on the rest of the field, but these two, despite being so close, have just about kept Castorino in check, although he is more than likely on a tyre saving exercise at the minute, just making sure he can get as long as possible. Out on track in his first stint. Delphant 4/10 of a second there, not able to get it done as yet. O'Sullivan just absolutely soaking up the pressure, no problem at all, as calm as a coma behind that wheel. Boothby is still the third driver. None of these three have come into the pits as yet. I did wonder if one of them would pull the trigger a bit earlier to try and undercut. Oh, Delphant. Oh, cameraman, please. Oh, wow, he was very, very, very close there. He's been very close in the past. into that braking zone, but that was near enough alongside. Can he get it done on this lap? Will either of them come into the pits again? They've got plenty of time to... Wow! That was as close as it could possibly get. I'm absolutely amazed they've still got wing mirrors on these cars. I don't imagine they need them, to be fair. Oh, quick tip. Stay hydrated, but don't gulp it down. Oh, and there we go. Lovely out of the last corner once again. He really does make that Nissan look as nimble as possible. And out with Forest elbow. Creates the gap that the Honda is going to close once again. And once again, he's going to be close. In fact, no, he's not quite as close as we've seen. So yeah, just absolute ping pong. On the timing tower between these two. Boothby getting himself nice and close to Minar Gaskell. Now looking to break away if he can. You can see the exhaust pipe absolutely glowing in the side splitter there. Side skirts. Going out the last corner on the kit again. Just absolutely mirror image driving. Delphant again. 3/10 of a second behind. He did manage to get this down to absolutely zero on the last lap. He wasn't as close as we've seen on the corner straight. He pulls alongside. He knows he's too far back though. Many a driver would have went full send in that position, and they of course would have been massively incorrect to do so. Oh, and that's a run wide there by O'Sullivan into Quarry Bend. It's not the ideal position for Delphant. There's no ideal position to make him a mistake here, but O'Sullivan looks like he's got away with this one because of where they were on the track. No way. He was going to get side by side there. Another wing mirror, another virtual wing mirror. Sacrifice to the sim racing gods there by O'Sullivan as he leads Delphant over the mountain once again. I did actually see an unbelievable overtake by a gentleman called Chad Rice on the way into McPhillamy Park. I would love to see someone replicate it. It was absolutely incredible manoeuvring and grip out with the car. Let's see what Delphant can do. He knows this is the key corner. It's all about Forest elbow. Oh, Cron's been in the pits. He's taken his mandatory. Delphant once again. Honza closing in on Ding Dong with the pit stops and drive-thrus. He's now up a spot into 10th place. He is closing in handily on Ding Dong, who's up 4. Look how much closer he is this time. Not close enough again though. Pulls out with the slipstream at the last second. Just to make sure he's got full aerodynamic grip as well as braking grip as well into the highest highest pressure braking zone of the whole track. The Honda is quick, but I think that's the problem that he's got. He's only really going to get this done for pace on the Conrod straight. I don't think the mountain straight is long enough. He does get, again, he gets very close along here. The Nissan gets slightly more unsettled, it seems, on the Hells Corner exit curve, but he just can't get it close enough. He's going to have to constantly. He already knows this. It's Eric Delphant. He's top 5 in the championship again for a very good reason. And he's quick in the pits as well, I'll tell you. I'm actually half surprised he's not come into the pits considering how quick he is through the pits. Like an absolute machine. Always on his marks, always on the buttons. But anyway, I digress. The point I was trying to make was Forest elbow, I think, is, and Delphant will have targeted that as well. He will have identified that. Wow, wing mirror gone. That yeah, getting that all important Forest elbow exit to get himself in a position to actually get side by side into the braking zone for the chase. That is definitely his best bet for getting the move done on O'Sullivan if he can. Oh, Castorino. Just as I said, these two had steadied the ship with the gap. He's now got the gap up to 6.4 seconds. Not too bad at all. Too much slide there on the way out of Forest elbow. It's going to give O'Sullivan another lap in that position. Let's see what's happening with Jaroslav Honzik. He really is closing in in on Dink Donk. Does have another car behind him. Is that Lindblom? No, it is not. Oh, that's Everson. Of course it is. Voigt's come into the pits, and that is indeed Everson. So he's got his mandatory stop done as well. No surprise, it was a lengthy stop as well. Over a minute he was stationary for, so that's 30 seconds of damage. And as any ACC driver will know, as soon as you get above, say, 10-15 seconds, the damage repairs themselves could be as simple as tearing off the broken piece of splitter. So whereas on the screen it does look like a pristine car, believe you me, there may well still be bits missing. As O'Sullivan comes into the pits, O'Sullivan from second place comes in. He's had enough of that battle. So Castorino still leading the way. That's pretty much the halfway mark of the race. Delphant in second. Gaskell now up into third, and more importantly for him, leading the way out with team 255 with Minar and Boothby now the drivers doing battle. As Rakhmetov now in 6th place. Well, this of course is all going to change very soon. Gerard, Wasner and Richter all pulling into the pits as Shea Sullivan is pulling out, and he's come back out in 11th place. So from second he is now in 11th. Wasner goes past Gerard in the pit. Sebastian Kron's been in and out as well. Now running in 16th position. Not sure where the sound's gone. Let me just see if we can turn that up ever so slightly. Hopefully you're at least getting some game sound. It's suddenly dropped, but let's just crack on with the action. So Delphant, absolutely no slipstream for him on this lap. Currently taking bets. Minus 80 million odds. He's coming in the pits. There we go. Delphant comes in to answer. Gaskell comes into the pits as well. Team 255. Two of them coming in. Boothby staying out. There's Boothby there. Boothby staying out. Minar and Gaskell both into the pits. Castorino's into the pits as well. Castorino's coming into the pits with a 6.4 second lead. Let's see where Shea O'Sullivan is. He's pulling onto the Conrod straight. He was stationary for 32.5 seconds, which is a pretty quick. So he too won't have any slipstream. Honzeg has stayed out as well. Absolute cascade of drivers. Rakhmetov, Dink Donk, Lindblom, all coming in to the pits. O'Sullivan is up to 8th place. Where was O'Sullivan? There he is. Don't know why it's saying. Okay, it's saying 8th in a minute. He is moving up, currently 11th, so that's up to 6th. Castorino is safely out of the pits, and Eric Delphant is behind O'Sullivan. Is he? No, he's not. He is not. My apologies. Absolute fake news being spread. Eric Delphant, I did say he was quick in the pits, but he was actually stationary for 2/10 longer than O'Sullivan, but he has managed to get out ahead. So that is Delphant starting in 3rd, being to 4th, now up to net 2nd place. We'll see what Boothby and Honzig do. Brennan has stayed out as well. He served the drive-through already, so he will tumble down the order when he comes into the pits. He's 13 seconds behind Honzig. Boothby does oblige. He comes into the pits. Let's see what Honzig does in the... That looks like it's Everson just behind him as well. Shea O'Sullivan, 8/10 down on Delphant. And he does come into the pits as well. There it is, confirmation. Boothby is in. Honzig is in. Brenham coming through the final corner. Is he going to join? 6 minutes left to go. Nope, he is going to stay out and fancies himself a lap in the lead of the race, and why not? Erlandale Castorino has had more lead laps than any other driver. He's had more race wins than any other driver, and he will be taking home €2,500 at the conclusion of this evening's race, and he's going to add another race win. Would anyone be surprised if I told you that Castorino had the quickest pit stop out of anyone in the field? Anyone? Anyone surprised? Nope, didn't think so. Let's move swiftly on. He is absolutely flying. He does give lessons as well. So make sure you jump into LFM and see what pointers he can throw your way. If this man can't improve your driving, you should probably give up on sim racing. Quite a bold statement there, I know, but yeah, he is pretty good. O'Sullivan and Delphant, this is going to be an incredible battle, and let's see what happened. Oh, Boothby got ahead of Minar. I've been too busy waxing lyrical about Castorino up at the front. Boothby got himself ahead of Minar, so staying out. He was 4/10 quicker through the pits than Gaskell and Minar. But Gaskell has maintained his position that he gained from Minar. So Minar down 2 on where he started. Sasha Wassner with a great race in the Bentley so far. Touch wood, 39 minutes left. Anything can happen. But for the Bentley driver at the minute, up 4 spots. Rakhmatov back at the pits in 9th. Yaroslav Honzig, come on cameraman, there we go, Rakhmatov. There is Yaroslav Honzig. He is in 10th place, so he has gained the position on where he started. So that's 6 spots up on where from where he dropped to at the start of the race. Lindblom in 11th with Pascal Girard in 12th place. Dink Donk has come back out of the pits. I believe he had a penalty in 13th position, which is where he started. Sebastian Kron, also another driver, back where he started as well in 14th place. Tobias Haig up 6 positions, so another driver not quite getting it done in quali, but certainly the consistency in the race working absolute wonders. There is Brenham coming into the pits, so the rest of the field will sort itself out. And in fact, Lindblom and Girard might actually be up 5 and 7 positions respectively, depending on where Brenham comes out. Voigt up 3 to 16th. Richter up 6 to 17th place, and of course Iversen starting in 8th position. That wide sweeping camera really does seem like an unnecessary movement. We've got, Iversen down 10 on where he started. He's 18th position at the minute, but his pace since coming out of the pits has certainly been representative of the pace he was showing before the incident. So highly likely we'll see him gain a couple of positions despite being a bit down on Richter and Voigt. 30 seconds down with 38 minutes. He was about 1.5 seconds a lap quicker than these two in quali, so a very good chance to catch up. Team 255 update. Minar in 3rd place, Boothby in 2nd, Gaskell still in 1st. Minar has sacrificed positions to both of his teammates during the race. He will still hang on to 3rd in the championship, but I'm sure those inter-team bragging rights are even more important. Or am I just sat here with a massive wooden spoon stirring away? Let's see what Shea O'Sullivan can do. Eric Delphant was certainly looking quick behind O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan was looking quick himself, fending off the advances. We've clearly seen where the strengths and weaknesses of both cars lie so far from the way the drivers have gone at one another. It's all down to O'Sullivan though to try and take back that 2nd place. It's where he qualified. He's another driver, had an absolutely incredible series over the 12 races. The best 8 will count for all the drivers. He's currently in 6th position, and Grantas Karekas is not here this evening, so O'Sullivan, just by finishing, will take 5th place. Because that will be Karekas' final score, even with the drop rounds. He's already got 3 races. In fact, yeah, so it's going to be his 4th non-race, so his current total is for 8 races, so that will be his final total. Gio Sullivan, I think I over-explained that a bit there. Well, Sullivan is only about 40 points behind. So again, just by finishing this evening, that will propel him up to 5th. It is Eric Delphant that's just ahead of him then. In the championship, Delphant currently in 4th. It looks like 4th place. Very solid finish in the championship for him as well, if he does bring this one home. All he needs to do is finish, and he is going to get 4th. And that is quite the field of drivers to do so. My sincerest apologies, I do need a very quick pit stop myself. Let's just enjoy some of Amedeo Castorino's lap at Bathurst. Back in a moment. The joys of being old. We've got 34 minutes left of round number 12 of the Case King Pro Series here at LFM. On screen, our champion-elect Amedeo Castorino looking to break the fastest lap of the race so far. Once again, Delphant still holding on to second place, 6.7 seconds down. They've got some blue flag traffic as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, Everson down a lap. He's just about to jump on to the lead lap. Castorino not too far behind. But yeah, Everson was definitely on for a solid finish. So too Kalashnikov, not able to finish the race. Delphant and O'Sullivan, 2 seconds between them. Philip Minar now a second down on Boothby. Sam Gaskell showing why he's second in the championship. He's now got 1.8 seconds separating him from his teammates, and the three of them in identical machinery. Now, of course, you can get their setups as well. 255 competition by Go Setups. You can go and get those setups. Sorry, I'll see myself out. On the LFM website as well, and I'm sure there is discounts for them. As well as the LFM socials. Make sure you jump on to them as well. As you see, all listed in the chat. Single Class Pro Series, Kylo Ren. I'm absolutely all for that. That would be incredible. Thank you for the follow as well, Doc Holiday. Love that. Christian Reiko Ding Dong, that one will be in the German chat. Of course, we've got joint chat as well, so if you are just tuning in, where have you been? If you are just tuning in, we do have a joint chat with the German channel over at LFM. They have the Endurance Series running. I'm sure they'll be finished very shortly. They jump in and raid and say hello after their race. There's no way I'll be able to give them a roundup. A quick roundup of what we've got going on, or what we've had going on, because there's quite frankly been that much. Not much going on up the front. No, Eric Delphant, Amedeo Castorino. Very much doing Castorino things. And he's into the 58s, despite the temperature now down, track temperature now down to 14 degrees. So it's dropped another degree as we have gotten further away from midnight. Delphant is getting further away from O'Sullivan. This was a question I was wondering. He did hang on to the back of O'Sullivan lap after lap after lap, and now that he's in front, he is getting a bit of a breakaway. That is again going to secure him 4th in the championship. O'Sullivan is going to get himself 5th place, which is yeah, an incredible finish in this field. He's going to finish ahead of Caracas, Walsingham, Campanella, Wassner, Whitehead, Amundsen, Boothby. Boothby himself actually 15th place he is currently in the championship. So although there was 5 races that he didn't make, so he's currently only carrying 7 rounds worth of points. I think he might drop down even further, strangely enough, because the driver's ahead of a 3 rounds removed so far. But we'll get those final standings for the series once we get to the end of this one. It looks like Dink Donk in Aston is looking to get himself a position. It is Aston v Aston, as Pascal Girard is the driver just ahead. On the mountain straight we go along the Quarry Bend. Do love the sound of that engine. Yeah, pulling out again, pulling out the slipstream as we get into the braking zone to make sure there's as much aerodynamic grip helping the car stop as there is mechanical. It's not the easiest thing to control these cars when you're in the slipstream, that is for absolutely sure. As they're heading up the mountain, Dink Donk will be following. What can he do out of Forest Elbow? I did say that's where we're going to see a lot of the overtakes done, and that has certainly played out. A few cars, wow, having to come into the pits. More virtual wing mirrors lost, sacrificed to the sim racing gods there. Beautiful use of the curve by both of the drivers into the S's. Look at those gear changes. The tyres absolutely coming through the shell of the body. That's how much pressure they're being put under. Let's see how much pressure Dink Donk can put on Girard. Oh, both of them avoiding the wall, although that did look like an extra bit of steering there from Dink Donk. Wasn't the smoothest, he was steering more left rather than straight. You really want to be coming out there and keeping the wheels pointed. He's got that slipstream, but he is up against another Aston Martin. Is he going to be close enough by the time we get to the braking zone? It's 50-50 from here. No, oh, and he's been shown the outside line, can he? Has he got enough traction to get this one done around the outside? He has indeed. Beautiful move through the final chicane there for Dink Donk. It does take 2 to tango, so kudos to Girard as well. He said, yep, I see your pace. If you want this overtake, you're going to need to go around the outside and then up the inside on the way through the corner. Dink Donk more than happy to oblige. That sees him back up to 12th position. Not the best spoiler cam on the Astons, unfortunately. So yeah, Dink Donk up a net position then, up to 12th place. Honzig has made it up into the top 10. He's now up in 9th position, ahead of Lindblom in 10th place. It's still Rakhmetov in 8th position, with Sasha Wassner in the Bentley having a very, very, very good race, making up 5 spots in the Bentley. Little touch of the wall there on the way down. Let's see how the Bentley handles Forest Elbow. As smooth as you like. I do like the lights he's got in the car as well. Good on board from the Bentley. Nice engine as well. I know we shouldn't really use this camera, but it's a low fuel motorsport car and it sounds really good. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it, officer. Philip Minar still in 6th position with Boothby just ahead of him. They've just come through some blue flag traffic as well, and interestingly, something that has escaped my radar, I did surmise that Gaskell, Boothby and Minar would be so close. I'm going to be cutting through the air quicker. Had a good chance of catching up to Eric Delphant. Delphant and O'Sullivan did stretch that gap out, but O'Sullivan now, after holding 2nd place, he could find 3rd place under threat as Gaskell, Boothby and Minar start to close in. Dink Donk getting a good breakaway as well, himself and Girard. He's got that to over a second now. Let's see, Gaskell now 1.5 down on O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan's last lap was a 2 minute .1. It was a 2 minute .1. Gaskell 159.3. And I can confirm again, it's O'Sullivan. Oh, yep, another blue flag there. That's the BMW Hageman. And he's currently in 22nd place. Oh, and there you go as well, the gaming servers, make sure you get involved. Absolutely rock solid. As has been proven week after week. At Hetzner, link in the chat to get involved there. Wow, look at the run that Gaskell's got out of the last corner. That is incredible, and it is, yeah, all on Shea O'Sullivan now. We've seen what defensive work he was able to put in his first stint against the Honda. What can he do against the Mustang and Sam Gaskell? Gaskell looking for another podium finish in the series to fully cement his position in second place, and of course those all-important inter-team bragging rights. Minar just coming past the blue flags himself. Let's see an all too familiar story for O'Sullivan along the mountain straight with a set of headlights looming ever larger before they get to the quarry bend braking zone. Not quite close enough. Oh, 24 minutes left to go. Wow, Shea O'Sullivan, it'll be incredible. I would love to get him into the interview box just to find out how much he's enjoyed this race. Or if he's enjoyed it at all, because it has been absolute nose to tail for him for the entirety. And he's now got Team 255 absolutely breathing down his neck. 1.3, and in fact Minar dropping a bit of time to Boothby as well. So Boothby, he was sat behind the two of them for the first stint. He's got the job done on Minar in the pits. He's trying to hold on. Oh, here we go. Look how close the Mustang's got, and surely gets to exit. Doesn't touch the wall. Neither of them touch the wall. The Mustang is close out of Forest Elbow. He is going to be very close into the chase. The Nissan is going to have to be absolutely on point on the accelerator, but it could be too little too late as the Mustang is saddled up and ready to gallop on up onto the podium as we see them coming into the chase chicane. They're absolutely side by side. Oh, slight bit of touch there, and he's going to end up on the grass. He's going to hold on to the car, but he's going to lose the position as his teammate George, the Patience Boothby, gets himself up into third position. So slight bit of door banging on the way through the final chicane, and it is George Boothby. Quite frankly, can't believe his luck there as he gets the move done on O'Sullivan. Gaskell oh, has he stayed behind him? Oh, so yes, sorry. So Boothby is behind Gaskell, but he's got the move done on O'Sullivan. Let's get a quick replay of that one. If we jump there and there, and you can see just how far back Boothby is here. As these two go side by side, Boothby is absolutely nowhere to be seen. These two cars, full commitment into the chase chicane. Slight bit of touch there, and it was O'Sullivan. Don't have the filter quite bright enough. Yeah, so O'Sullivan, of course, he was the driver that went off. He ended up losing that spot, and Boothby was the one to gain. Sam Gaskell then up into third position. Boothby now in fourth, and O'Sullivan down to fifth place. Let's see what that's done to the gaps. Brenham, in fact, he's had an absolutely solid race as well. Despite dropping positions, he showed some really consistent pace since coming out of the pits again. He is down 2 spots. He's looking to make one of them back at the expense of Lindblom in the closing 20 minutes. He is definitely the quicker out with those two. Let's see how Gaskell is getting on. So of course that contact affected him as well. And now it's Boothby's turn to use that spot. I genuinely did think he was going to get both the positions. So apologies for my over-exuberance on that one. Let's see. Ooh, Brenham just touching the wall. He really is showing a fair bit of pace ahead of behind Lindblom at the minute. Let's see how the two of them do out of Forest Elbow. No one makes contact with the wall. Lindblom. Does he have a side-by-side coming his way from Brenham? Yes, he does. In fact, he pulls over and it's almost like he lifted there. In fact, yes, he did lift. So he has let Blenheim through. So I'm not sure if Lindblom's carrying a bit of damage or just thinks to himself, you know what, much quicker driver, no point in getting in a battle. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Let's let this one go. So that's a position gain then for Brenham. So only down one on where he started. So again, great drive for the second stint. 255 competition equals no pen. Okay, so no penalty. Right, okay, I didn't see the stewards' decision coming through there. Again, one of the drawbacks to only having two screens at the moment. I really do need to get this third one back up and running as soon as possible. Let's see what Boothby can do. So that is getting out at the 20-minute mark. With an hour and 10 minutes of racing, we have had the championship leader, championship winning Amadeo Castorino. Another absolutely flawless drive. I'm going to need to reread the thesaurus once again to try and find enough superlatives to describe the championship that Amadeo has had here at the Case King Pro Series. Absolutely putting the Pro into the Pro Series. Fastest lap in qualifying, fastest lap in the race, and the fastest pit stop of the race. All in a day's work for Amadeo. Eric Delfant, and he does do lessons as well. So make sure you get onto the LFM website and Discord. And yeah, you can have this absolute legend teach you how to drive. Yeah, it's definitely got to be worth a few tens here and there, surely. Eric Delfant crosses the line on lap number 35. In second place now with a 7.9 second deficit ahead, but more importantly to him, 5.9 seconds behind. There is Sam Gaskell, no such gap for him. Again, the championship positions are decided for Gaskell. He can't do any worse than second. Boothby currently down in 15th, so not only would he love to get ahead of his teammates, it would get him further up the field and get him a spot on the final podium of the series. It's going to get close between these two. Absolutely loving it. O'Sullivan won't be loving it. This second stint has really cost him some time, and that contact with Gaskell as well. He is now 1.8 seconds down on Boothby and got 1.5 seconds back to Minar. Oh, still absolutely fully committed. And this is the thing. The drivers, as far as driving on the absolute edge, they've got no choice, because they know that everyone else in the field is absolutely capable of doing so. And as James Baldwin recently said in a video, you've got to absolutely maximise your entry, your apex and your exit limits. And yeah, several wing mirrors have been sacrificed so far, and I'd imagine we've still got a few more to come. Just checking, it's Voigt got himself a drive-through. There was one other driver, yeah, Brenham, despite the drive-through, back up to 10th place. Only two of them so far. Again, track limits could well be a thing. I know Boothby had to back off big time a few races ago because he was carrying 3 warnings, so couldn't really afford to get himself in any battles. It doesn't look like he's got that spectre of a pit stop hanging over his head. Spectre of a drive-through, sorry, hanging over his head at the minute. He is keeping Gaskell absolutely running and keeping Andrew Gaskell absolutely on the edge of his seat at the minute. Will Sam be bringing home another podium, or are we going to see Boothby rain on that parade? Certainly not close enough through Quarry Bend this time. Both drivers getting the exit you would absolutely expect. There's Shea Sullivan just coming through the bend as well as Boothby gets very close up through the cutting there. I wonder if these drivers all use the same setup. I know they do go setups, but yeah, they've always they'll tweak them to their own little driving nuances, I would imagine. Definitely a question I'll be asking, because it does look like we're going to have a 255 driver either way. Gaskell second in the championship and third in the race tonight. And if he does get overtaken, it's going to be by one of his teammates. So yeah, that'll be a question we'll be posing to the 255 team. Just to satisfy my own curiosity. We've got more overtakes potentially. Oh no, sorry, Hag 16. Oh sorry, that's a blue flag. That is a blue flag. Still got 22 drivers out on track. It's Van Rossum that is bringing up the rear of the field with 15 to go in 22nd place. This Dustin Herpel in 21st, with Benjamin Voigt in 20th place. And then Artem Hageman coming in for a second pit stop, I believe. He's in 19th place. Daniel Wilhelms down on where he started, but still running top 20 in the Ferrari with Everson down 9 again. Tough first stint. Spent a lot of time with a lot of damage out on track. Looking to make amends here in the second stint as Richter is ahead of him. He's got the gap down to 5 seconds. That was at 27. I did say he was much quicker than Richter in quali, so I did expect that gap to close, and it really has. Richter currently in 16th place behind Tobias Haig. 6 positions Tobias has made up so far, and handling the blue flags nicely as well. We've got a Ferrari driven by Sebastian Kron currently in 14th place, with Pascal Girard in 13th. Dink Donk in the Aston Martin. He's made up a spot on quali. He's in 12th place behind David Lindblom in 11th position. Good progress for David as well. Up 4 on where he started. Brenham down 1, which ain't too bad in this field considering he's driven a drive. He's had a drive-through penalty. Jaroslav Honzig taking that position from Brenham and one other. To see him up to 9th after qualifying in 11th place. Rakhmetov qualified in 10th. He is up to 8. Sparks absolutely flying once again. Tell you, the drivers are absolutely mad for it. We've got Sasha Wasner, the biggest gainer in the top 10. Started behind Honzig. Completely lost me there, but he's up 5 spots. He's into 7th. Then it is Philip Minar down 1 to 6. Shea Sullivan down 3 to 5th position. Then it is the Podium Seekers, Boothby and Gaskell 4th and 3rd respectively. They've both made up 3 positions each. Is that about to be 4 to 2? Or is it going to remain 3-4-3 for the 2 of them? We'll see what happens with 10 minutes to go. Delfant, he has made it up a spot, doing his best to try and close the gap to Castorino. But at the moment, it is safe to say Castorino is absolutely at 1 with the machine underneath him. He's got an 8-second gap with, what's that, 12 minutes left to go. Another 38 laps of sheer perfection. He's got about 4 left, 5 left maybe. And still hunting those fastest laps as well. Just absolutely insane. There is, let's see, yes, Go Setups, I did mention that as well. Of course, huge shout out once again to our incredible sponsors, CaseKing.de. They've unbelievably generously provided some incredible prizes for the drivers. So get over to CaseKing.de, get yourself some new equipment, and help support a sponsor who wholeheartedly supports our beloved sim racing. Their brand represents quality, innovation and passion, values that are perfectly in tune. Yep, I see what I did there. With the ethics of the drivers and the championship being run by LFM. So a perfect synergy for the two of them. Much like the synergy between Castorino and that Nissan. I wonder what setups he's using. Let's see what Boothby can do against Gaskell. Again, they're teammates, so they're not going to do anything too rash, but neither of them have effectively got anything to lose here. For the overtake, Gaskell is going to take home €1,500 in second place in the championship, no matter what the result of tonight's race. But he would still love to bring home that podium. Boothby too would love to bring home the podium, and he knows his teammate ahead can't lose out. He can't gain much. Can't gain, can't lose. So yeah, absolute flat out racing is going to be between the two of them. Yeah, and it's going to be a long time, you would think, before Gaskell makes a mistake. It's rarer than hen's teeth, you see that. So it's going to take an absolute wonder stroke by Boothby if he is going to secure himself this overtake. Up through the cutting we go. Almost 1 AM. The track temperature is held at 14 degrees since dropping 1 from the start. Boothby still 3/10. They are the closest, I'll tell you actually. Jaroslav Honzik is catching up to Rakhmetov. 3/10 quicker on that last lap, and has actually set a faster lap overall than Rakhmetov as well. So this one could be a battle worth watching as well. Honzik again at the start dropped 5 positions to find himself down in, I think it was about 60. Dropped 5 to end up down in 16th. He's made it back to 9th, so again a net gain. 2 spots for the Honda driver. And of course that incredible, sacre bleu. Incredible livery. Oh, and they're side by side, and is that a position change? That's almost. Oh, Sam Gaskell really soaking up the pressure there. I'll see if we can jump us back and get a quick replay of what was going on there. We've been on the replay scene for so long, my apologies. Goodness me. Sack the commentator as soon as possible. Let's jump onto the replay scene anyway and take it back a minute and see what happened between the two of them along the Conrod Straight. So over Forest Elbow, it did look like a decent exit by Gaskell, but obviously a much better exit by Boothby. Gaskell moving over to break the slipstream there, because he knew his teammate was coming, and you can see he really was bringing the thunder. Flash of the lights from Boothby to say, here I come. Cameraman please. He's gone round the outside, he's tried to make it stick, not quite close enough, no room for the cutback either. Oh, glorious stuff between the two of them. There now, once again, sorry, only a couple of tenths apart. Honzik has gained another couple of tenths on Rakhmetov. More flashing lights from Boothby, trying to distract his teammate any way he can. We'll keep an eye on this battle. It's for the final podium position. It's Team 255 versus Team 255. Gaskell versus Boothby. O'Sullivan still keeping pace with him. He's 1.8 seconds behind, but he is off the podium with Philip Minard at 1.3 seconds behind him. And in fact, Minard just found 3/10 there. No yellow flag for O'Sullivan. So it didn't look like anything's happened there. Honzik, that gap bouncing up and down a bit there. Is that coming over the mountain? No, onto Conrod Straight. Let's see what the Honda can do. Yeah, Rakhmetov is in a Mustang, and that gap is getting a bit closer. Oh no, sorry, it's not. It's in a 1.5. Minard's getting a little bit closer to O'Sullivan. We'll see if he can make it 3 in a row for Team 255 once again. The 3 of them did start line astern are now separated by O'Sullivan after his drop down the order. Gaskell and Boothby, here we go, seconds out, round 73 between the two of them. Let's get some rear spoiler cam once again. See the flames spitting out the side of the car every time we change gear. We've now only got 6 minutes left to go, a couple of laps left to decide tonight's result. Who is going to get that final podium spot? Eric Delphant has done some phenomenal running in the Honda in the second stint. He's now 7.1 seconds ahead. Okay, just goes to show you how quick Castellino is. That gap's now up to 9 seconds. So even in this late stage of the race, he is still absolutely pushing. But that is exactly what champions do, and we need to get set up for some interviews, in fact. Oh, and he's going for it, or is he going for it? He's almost side by side again. Every time I look over at the timing tower, I went to open Discord for the interviews, and he's right under that rear spoiler once again. It's Boothby putting all the pressure on. There's his teammate just up that inside line. Has he got the move for the cutback here? I tell you what, he has. He's left just enough room. As you would expect, they're going to be absolutely side by side across the line. Nothing separating them. As now Boothby just got his front splitter in front into the braking zone, but he's got the inside line and he has just got the job done. That is some absolutely precision driving from both of them. But has he just left this open for Gaskell to come straight back at him into Quarry Bend? He is now fully in the slipstream along the mountain straight, and he is now just going to bump draft his teammate because he knows there wasn't enough room to get it done. Not at that pace into this corner, and it is Boothby that gets the move done and finds himself up onto the podium. Let's get a quick replay and see that once again. So into the chase. He almost got the cut back there, tries to get up the inside line again. Cheeky little flash of the lights. He's got the outside going into Murray's corner. He holds his position. Look at that. Just earlier lift ever so slightly and carries that momentum beautifully up that inside line. Left Gaskell absolutely no defence whatsoever. Shea O'Sullivan will be loving this view as well, hoping that he can catch up and get himself a position back. Absolutely incredible between the two of them, and Gaskell playing it absolutely perfectly to fall back into the slipstream, but all for naught. Boothby is now up onto the podium. So after not many changes on the podium in the first stint, anyone's guess is going to bring home this final spot. Delphant definitely looking good for second place. If the camera, he's moving that quick, even the cameraman can't keep up. Less than 4 minutes to go. Castorino, I mean, look at that consistency. It's just incredible. I don't know what's more incredible, the fact that I'm surprised. I think the most incredible thing is the fact I'm surprised. That's what I was trying to enunciate there. It wouldn't quite come out. Delphant round the first corner. I mean, no slouch either. He's in the 154s himself. Boothby and Gaskell. Let's see what's going on here. And O'Sullivan is starting to look a bit closer as well here. Oh, are we in for a grandstand finish? Does Shea O'Sullivan propel himself back onto the podium with a double overtake on the Mustangs in the mighty Nissan? That is going to be quite the manoeuvre if he does. Certainly on the cars though, given how close those two are. And Jaroslav Honzig, I think this is, although 2 minutes left, yeah, I was going to say it's when rather than if, as the Honda has got a lot of pace. No slipstream along the mountain straight though, but the Honda's still doing well. The Mustang taking the outside line to defend. Honzig holds on to 9th place for the moment. Will that still be the case at the end of the race? And he's having a look up the inside of the cutting. That is a phenomenally brave manoeuvre. They're going to be side by side up through Griffin's Mount as well. Definitely going to slow down their lap time, but it is all for position, and Honzig keen to get in front. knows what the Honda can do even in front, so more than happy to try and overtake before they get to the corner straight as he's zipping down the mountain through the S's. Rakhmatov feeling the pressure. And yeah, Honza get the minute lap and at least half a second a lap quicker than Rakhmatov. We've got a lap to go after this one. And there is confirmation that the race leader and championship winning Amedeo Castorino has started his final lap. I tell you what, Rakhmatov getting a worldly of an exit out of Forest Elbow, and the Honda is going to be left in the lurch once again. This is going to be one to check on the next lap. This is going to be their final lap as well once they cross the line. So Honzig's got one more chance for romance. Can he get up to 8th position? Gaskell and Boothby, in fact, that's probably going to be one worth watching, as well as these two are now piling along the mountain straight. Gaskell currently in the wake of Boothby. And he's not quite close enough. What a battle it's been between the team. Absolutely love to see it. Honzig once again. Oh, round the first corner. He's got the job done. We'll rewind that one for a replay in a moment just to make sure he has actually secured the move, and it looks like he has. Honzig, absolute full commitment and belief in the grip of the car. He's going off the inside line on the way into Quarry Bend. He's got his nose in front. Is it going to be enough to take the position up Quarry Bend? It certainly is. That might have been a bit keen pushing a minute. Only meant to push 30 seconds there. Hopefully we still catch Castorino across the line. So he was out with the slipstream coming into the chase. Let's go on a helicam for this one. So this is, of course, into Murray's, and again he's a fair way back here. So I'm not sure if the Mustang was just a bit sluggish. Oh yeah, didn't get rotation at all. Moved over to defend the Honda, then taking the outside line. And that was where we saw Honza get the move done. Nicely positioned on the outside. Uses as much curb as he needs to. And plenty of space left between the two. Let's see, Castorino crossing the line to bring home another race win. 45 laps of absolute perfection. And he will be confirmed last week, but he is going to be crowned the winner of the 12-week Case King Pro Series. Eric Delfant brings home a very impressive second place, with Boothby fending off his teammate Gaskell for those all-important inter-team bragging rights. Gaskell finishing in 4th place. It's Shale Sullivan in 5th position in the Nissan, and as you would expect, there we go, another one for the publicity department there, team. Yeah, gives him a bit of a bump, but yeah, Team 255 with a phenomenal finish. Sasha Wassner in 7th, Honzig in 8th place. He did get the overtake done, so congratulations to him, as we did see that as well. Of course, Rakhmatov in 9th, and it's Brenham, despite the drive-through, rounding out the top 10. Not too bad as showing at all. Lindblom finishing in 11th. Dink Donk is going to take 12th place in the Aston Martin. We've got a few drivers further down the grid already taking the checkered flag. Pascal Girard is about to take the checkered flag for 13th place. Not bad, up 5 spots. Sebastian Korn is going to see a 14th place finish. One of only 2 drivers to finish the race where they started it. The other, of course, Castorino. Everson down 7 in 15th. Richter, Haig and Wilhelms all crossing the line as well. Hageman in 19th, Voigt in 20th, Herpel in 21st, and Van Rossen finishing in 22nd place. But it is that driver on screen. Let me quickly catch this. That has indeed taken the top spot. And yeah, again, a massive thank you to CaseKing.de for their support, and to the drivers as well for the races. It has been absolutely incredible. Yeah, an absolutely unbelievable event. And yeah, a well-deserved champion. There he is there on the grid. Amedeo Castorino Yeah. Again, the superlatives were absolutely running out for the season that he's had. Confirmed champion last week, still rocked up this week, took pole position, took the fastest lap, took the fastest pit stop, and won the race by 9 seconds, no less. Yeah, fairly incredible considering the field that he was up against. Let's just get the results up and we'll get the drivers in. Do enjoy. Here we go, welcome back in. Quick look at the trailer, the final race of the season. We've got the highlights of the stream of the race, and we have our podium protagonists in the commentary box. And after an absolutely incredible race with his teammates and a grandstand overtake at the end, it is Mr. George Boothby brings home third place around the mountain. George, that was an incredible race. Great podium at the end there. How was it for you?
Just, wanted to have a fun race and just whatever happens, happens. And I just had really good pace. In quali, I think I could have maybe gotten P3, but I just wasn't quite hooked up. And then in the race, I just followed my team because I think they were trying to. I think Philip still had P3 on the cards. If he messed them up, he could have maybe lost it. So I was just trying to help them and be rear gunner. And then it just turns out towards the end of the race, I was just quicker. So I sent it. And I managed to jump Philip in the pit stop. Shay, there was an incident that I haven't looked at yet, and then I managed to get Sam at the end. So. Yeah, really happy. I feel like I performed well, and I hope next season I get more races like that.
Yeah, it was good. And of course, the most important thing tonight, George, the inter-team bragging rights. Gaskell may have got second in the championship, but you did bring home, you did lead the team home. Surely that's the most important thing from tonight's event.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
And overall, how has the season been for you? It's been an incredible 12 races that we have. I know you've been in 9 of them. How have you found the season that Case King and LFM have put on?
I really enjoyed this season. I've sort of hammered Pro Series for, this is probably my 9th in a row maybe. So I decided after the previous season I'm going to just have a chill for this one. So I did miss a few rounds, and I took this one a little less seriously. But next season we're going all in again. We're going to send it and try and go for that win. And but all the rounds I've taken part in, I've loved it.
Excellent. And of course, the burning question: what is more difficult, getting an overtake done on your teammate in the final corner at Bathurst, or making your way through an interview with myself while the TTV thing is going absolutely wild in your ears on your stream?
I think you know which one.
Hello to everyone on George's stream. Keep spamming that TTV. George, congratulations again. An absolutely incredible season. I think you will finish just outside the top 10 overall, but given the podiums that you've had and the races that you've had, cannot wait to see you out on track for the next season. And congratulations again on the podium tonight.
Cheers. Thank you so much, man. And thanks to all of the LFM team for putting this on, as always.
Indeed, yes, would echo those thoughts. So yeah, congratulations again to Mr. George Boothby, finishing in third place and leading the home team, all important, leading home team to 5-5 in this evening's race. And yeah, big shout out to Stream as well. Let's now go to second place in the race, and I believe has secured fourth place in the championship, so not quite in the prizes, but certainly a result to be proud of, and a hard fought race this evening. Eric, congratulations on that second place. That was quite a race you had this evening.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah, unfortunately I lost a lot of points in the first 5-6 races, but then I am very happy with the last 6 races. I think I drove very well.
Yeah, I would say drove absolutely incredibly. It's been a phenomenal season, as you say. Your run of results over the last 6 races have been absolutely incredible. How was tonight though? I mean, you spent that entire first stint in the Honda, which really could gallop in a straight line. You spent the majority of it behind Shea O'Sullivan. That was quite the tussle between you two. How much did you enjoy that?
It was fun because at the start he was struggling a bit, but then he was fast, so it was very hard to overtake him. Also because in the downhill he gained like 2 tenths, and I can't catch him in the back straight, so it was very difficult. I was closing in the straight between first and second corner, but I wasn't there for the overtake, so yeah, I tried to push a lot in the last lap with in the first stint, and it worked quite well. I think I gained a bit in that lap, and also on the pit entry.
Okay, yeah, the pit stops were all important tonight. Yeah, quite a few positions chopped and changed it. I asked George as well, it's been an incredible season. As you say, your last 6 have been phenomenal. How have you found the 12 weeks in the series that's been put on by Case King and LFM?
I think it was really fun, like always. I think it's one of the best championship on ACC at the moment, so I enjoyed it a lot, and congrats to the organization and all the participants. Also Amedeo for an incredible season, and all the other guys.
And yeah,
they are all very fast, so it's very competitive and nice.
It's iron sharpens iron, I believe that was said on a very famous TV show. And for next season, Eric, we're going to see you finishing in the top 3, yeah?
I try. The last 3 seasons I finished 3rd, 4th, and 4th, so I'm consistent, but I have to try to draw a step forward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, consistency is great, but that one step forward, well, we would absolutely love to see it. And as you say, the talent here is incredible, and the battles that we get to witness. So on behalf of the viewers, thank you very much to yourself, George Boothby, and all the competitors. Incredible season, and congratulations again, Eric. 2nd place tonight and 4th overall.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. There we go. Such nice drivers as well. They've got so much talent, so much consistency. You'd like to have at least one thing to not like about them. Yeah, but no, huge congratulations to Eric. As I say, 2nd in the race and 4th in the championship. But joining me now The absolute force, Amadeo Thanos Castorino, fully inevitable. A near flawless 12 weeks of racing, crowned champion a week ago, rocks up this evening, takes the fastest lap of the race win, the fastest lap in qualifying, and the fastest pit stop, which I did say would happen. He joins me now. Amadeo, I said it during the broadcast, I'm going to have to reread this thesaurus to come up with enough superlatives to describe your season, your driving, your consistency, and another flawless performance tonight. Congratulations on that race win.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. Yeah, the race also today, I was pushing a lot, especially in the first part of the race for getting the space, and then I was trying to manage a bit, but always need to stay focused in this track for don't do any mistakes. And I mean, it's one of my favorite tracks, so that's why I also wanted to sing up on the last race, even if the championship was already over.
Indeed, yeah. And how did it meet your expectations, so to speak? Because at the start, I mean, the qualifying was so close, but within a few laps you'd managed to get yourself a 4-second gap. Was that something you were expecting, or were you, because to be honest, with it being so close in qualifying, I did expect an absolute battle between the top 5 for the first 5-6 laps.
Yeah, I was expecting to have maybe a tiny bit more pace, but like with the slipstream, I wasn't sure that I had the time for like a lot more pace from pull away. Also because quali, my lap was good, but not perfect. I had a bit more on that lap, so I was like happy because pole, but like kinda not super happy because I know that could be a bit faster. And for the race, probably, I don't know, like I felt good with the car, so I was able to push from the first lap. And I think if you don't feel very comfortable in this track, the first laps you are a bit more careful, so probably that's why I gained a lot on the first laps. Probably the other guys behind me were a bit more worried about the car, and I was more confident, so I gained a lot. I paid it a little bit at the end of the season with the tires in the first stint because I pushed a lot in the first laps because I wanted to break the slipstream as soon as possible. But yeah, that worked out, and then I could manage this. When I was from first second of gap, I started to manage a bit more my pace, like don't go in overdrive because it's quite easy to go into the wall in this track. So that's why I was managing a little bit my pace.
Yeah, well, if that's you managing, I'd hate to see you absolutely unleashed. And again, I mentioned this a few times in the stream, Amadeo does lessons as well. If you want to get quicker, he's the man to see. We're going to bring up the championship standings, of course. You were crowned champion last week, and again, a well-deserved champion. Obviously, yourself and all the other drivers in this, they all go into this with the hope of winning these things. You're absolute competitors. Did you think in your wildest dreams that you could wrap this up with a week to spare?
What did you say last phrase, sorry?
Did you think that you would, given how tough the field is, and obviously you went into this expecting to win the competition, all the top drivers do, did you think you would be able to get the championship decided with a week to spare, or did you expect it to go right down to the last race?
I mean, I don't know, like, from the starting of the season, like, I was like, the target is win, not win. So, yeah, I mean, from like when I was doing the last race, so on Port Ricard, like, yeah, here I know that I could win the championship with in that race, so I was aiming a lot to do that. But yeah, before you never know. Like even on the middle of the championship, I wasn't even sure that, like I was like leading the championship, but I wasn't anyway sure that I will win. So like the target is always try to win it, but it doesn't matter if I win in last race or a bit earlier. But I mean, if you win earlier, it's better also because you have a bit less pressures.
Indeed, yeah, and again, I have to say, absolute kudos. You had the championship wrapped up last week and still fully committed to the race win tonight with an absolutely incredible performance. And of course, that prize money coming your way, €2,500 winging its way to you, Amadeo. That's quite the tidy take home.
Yeah, that's a nice gift. So thank you to LFM for these prize pools.
Indeed, yeah, and of course caseking.de got some phenomenal equipment, so, and there's discounts in the chat, so you know where to go, my good man. Please tell me we will have the pleasure of you out on track doing your thing for the next series as well.
Yeah, I think I will do next season. Like, yeah, the plan is to do it. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but I think I will. So hopefully see you on the next season as well.
Indeed, yeah. And I did ask the other drivers, sorry, this one is going on a bit long. But yeah, I did ask the other drivers, how have you found this year? I mean, it's been a great selection of tracks, and there was a couple of one-make races in there as well. So how did you find the season?
Yeah, I found quite good, to be fair, the fact of the single make round. Like, I like it a lot because we are then everyone on the same car, so like there are not people complaining about people, because sometimes everyone are telling, you know, this car is faster, this car is slower, and I find it also a lot more competitive, and I like more like training for that race because of everyone on the same car, and so I like that. And yeah, also the tracks, I like basically like most of the tracks of the season were pretty good. I think a couple of tracks could be added, like Red Bull Ring or Kotaf, because they are good tracks for racecraft. And yeah, for that I just will like probably more single make rounds for me, because I enjoy it a lot. And yeah, for the rest it's all good, like as always.
Excellent, well there you go. LFM and Case King, you've heard it from the reigning champ. Let's have more one makes next season. Amadeo said so, and that, quite frankly, is enough for me. But Amadeo, again, huge congratulations, multiple time race winner in an absolute murderer's row of talent, and a well worthy winner of the championship, and stamping that championship authority with the race win tonight. So huge congratulations all round once again.
Thank you, and yeah, have a nice evening.
Thank you very much. There we go. Amadeo Castorino, winner of the Case King Pro Series. Again, huge thanks to our main sponsor, caseking.de. Their generous support and provision of outstanding prizes make this event even more extraordinary. Caseking.de represents quality, innovation and passion, values that perfectly align with the series that we have just seen, and of course series that will be restarting again soon. So thank you to everyone that's tuned in this evening and for the series. Thank you to the LFM German channel for the raid. Thanks to everyone that's followed tonight. If you've not followed already on Twitch or the YouTube channel, apologies I couldn't get the YouTube chat working, but hello to everyone in there as well. More racing to come, of course, this weekend. The Pro Endurance Series up for grabs as well. We will be starting a raid very shortly, I'm sure. There is Kieran Clifford, lifelong friend of mine, and proudly so. Mr. Clifford, thank you very much for the Prime subscription here at LFM. Make sure you get onto the LFM website, get into the Discord. The social links are in the chat as well, and of course all the discounts available from the plethora of phenomenal sponsors here at LFM. It's been my absolute pleasure to bring you as much of the action as I have, and I cannot wait for the next Pro Series. My name has been John Wright. Until next time, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.
Sweetest paradise, I saw